I want to take some time now and revisit the James Comey 8647 social media post. I want to ask you this. Does anyone think it was odd how he was invited on several networks and then he offered his, what I would consider a BS explanation, and then there was no pushback from any of the host or anchors at all? Comey is going with the story that he saw the shells in perfect formation on the beach, and he and his wife saw it, and then he knew it was some type of political message, but he wasn't exactly sure what it was. But then he went on to decide and post it on his social media account anyways without knowing exactly what that was. Former FBI director, okay? So then most of the networks, they invite him to come on, and then almost gleefully, they keep putting up the image. Like they're maybe trying to give it some more traction. I don't know, just a thought here.
Is this Instagram?
Instagram,
You
yeah.
grammed this. You were walking down the beach. What happened? You were walking down the beach, and you saw this on the beach?
Yeah, my wife and I, Patrice, were walking on the beach and saw those numbers in shells on the beach. And
You didn't do this. Somebody else did this.
yeah, somebody else did it. To me, as a kid, it always meant to leave a place, to ditch a place. I said, that's really clever. So then she said, you should take a picture of that. And I did. And I posted it on my Instagram account and thought nothing more of it.
Everyone's laughing at it. Stephen Colbert even slammed the picture down on the desk. It's framed. They framed it. I don't know. Seems kind of reckless. Also seems kind of reckless not to push back on him and asking him, like, what in the world were you thinking, man? None of that. And the reason I really wanted to talk about this again is a guy made an appearance in federal court in Brooklyn yesterday. It was an American-German dual citizen. His name is Joseph Neumeyer, okay? Well, guess what? He attempted to firebomb a branch of the U.S. Embassy in Tel Aviv, and Neumeyer's social media accounts also contained threatening posts that, among other things, called for the assassination of President Donald Trump, all right? So for some reason, I'm not buying the Comey explanation, and I doubt you are either. Has anyone even confirmed that that picture is real? And I hate even showing it. So you mean to tell me that someone found perfectly matched colored seashells, assembled them in those numbers, and they just left it there? And of all the people on earth who found it, it was James Comey, the former FBI director. Something about it smells to me. It also smells weird that the TV networks, they brought him on, they let him off the hook so easily, and then they continue to put the picture up. Stephen Colbert framed it. I don't know, everyone. Seems kind of off to me. Let's welcome in President and Executive Editor at the Daily Signal, Robert Bluey. Robert, thanks for coming on. Am I wrong to bring this up again? I just feel like we're kind of going about life is normal. Okay, it's normal. The former FBI director posts this, and everyone's laughing about it on national TV. It's weird to me.
Okay, so first of all, Bob, I think James Comey needs to sit down with you, and you need to grill him, because you probably will get to the bottom of the story, unlike Jen Psaki and all those other, Nicole Wallace and all those other hosts who let him off easy. But I don't buy what James Comey is saying here. I do think this was a publicity stunt. I think James Comey is somebody who loves the media spotlight. He obviously wanted to use these appearances to bash President Trump and get on his soapbox and talk about the threats to democracy as he sees them. And I think he's also trying to sell a book. So let's think about what James Comey has to gain from a situation like this. And then as for the shell formation, I guess we'll never really know the truth, whether or not he did it or whether he just stumbled upon it. But it does raise some serious questions as to why he would think it was appropriate to post something like that on his public social media account, which, obviously sparked a significant reaction among people in the Trump world, and for good reason. I mean, this is an individual who's faced 2 assassination attempts just within the past year.
I know of all the things that you could do to try and get some publicity before your book comes out, posting that, I don't know. It seems weird to me that all the networks bring them on and continue to show, and they're all laughing about it. Also want to get to something else James Comey said about the Republican Party, that everyone is a white supremacist now. Okay, let's bring this up.
One of the things that is happening now is that the Trump administration is, of course, testing the system in ways it hasn't been tested before.
There are cultural impediments to doing this work. Let's say you work in the FBI. You know that one of the 2 political parties is, let me put it nicely, white supremacist adjacent at a minimum. And so why would you want to throw your career on that side of the line and be summoned to Capitol Hill to be asked, why are you pursuing these innocent groups? And so we have a cultural impediment to working it effectively that should get more attention than it does.
Okay, white supremacist adjacent, according to James Comey. Robert, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, Bob, I'll just say this. It's no surprise why the FBI and the Department of Justice under previous leadership went after conservatives and Republicans as aggressively as they did with a mindset like somebody like James Comey has. You had individuals who were attending the Latin Mass in the Catholic Church or were peacefully protesting at abortion clinics. And all of a sudden, they found themselves in the crosshairs of the federal government. And so I think that if you have career and political appointees like this who are running these government agencies, we saw the weaponization that took place during Joe Biden and Barack Obama's tenure. And what we need is to clean up the mess. And I think hopefully that's what Kash Patel is doing.
Hopefully he does. And I want confirmation that that picture wasn't AI generated either. I do.
Hey, that's a good point. I haven't tried that, but we can all put it in our AI chat bots and see what it comes back with.
They perfectly colored shells in gray, all perfectly lined on the beach. James Comey finds it. I don't know, something about it smells weird to me. Robert Bluey, thanks for coming on the holiday.